Hey everyone, again I'm about to give out a solution on exercise 4.17. Now we're giving it from student C's perspective. As you guys know, student C happens to be the smartest among the three. I know I've been giving one or two solutions. It's just that, sometimes I feel like I'm being repetitive, which is something I don't want you guys to get, which is something I don't want you guys to think of me, right? I don't want to sound like I'm giving one and the same thing, right? Not unless it's worth it, not unless it's a problem that requires a lot of thinking, because so far we've been working with problems that are less challenging, right? Again, I'm going to give out two solutions for this problem, and this one here is the second one. Again, if you did not read through the question, here is it right over here. Okay, what we're required to do, basically we gotta write a program that prompts the user to enter a year and the first three letters of a month, with the first letter in uppercase, and displays the number of days in the month. Okay, so here is a sample run, as you guys can see. And on this page we've got a second one right there. Okay, we'll do what we usually do, which is to create a scanner. Okay, once we do that, I wanna try to be as fast as I can, because this solution here, it's gonna be short. Okay, to close scanner. Okay, I want to close my scanner, of course. Close scanner. Okay, basically the trick is to make sure that, okay, so system.out.print enter a year. I'm gonna leave out comments. Everyone knows that they've got to put comments on their code. Okay, so enter a year. Okay, and I'll simply put that on my variable called the year. And why not long? Because long will also do it. Year equals to scanner.next long. Once I do that, I just go system.out.print enter a month. Enter a month without a G, of course. Okay, now I'll simply go string month. Scanner.next. Next, not .next line, and I hope you know the reason why we're not using .next line. Why are we using .next? Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll simply go string. In fact, let me just put it right over here. It doesn't matter. Months. I'll go Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, once I do that, what I will then do, I'll use this method here on. Firstly, let me just validate my user input. So let me just go if year is positive and the month dot length is equals to 3. If that is the case, then I'll do that. Okay, otherwise, that we have an invalid situation. One of our input we know is invalid. Here I can simply say make sure you give a valid input. Done. Okay, this is the core of this exercise here. What I'm about to put within this block of within that block, right? Okay, so I will simply go if months dot index of month, if this is not equals to -1, if this is the case, then we know we got our user gave us if this is the case, then we know that we good, right? Because the index of month will give us the index of whatever string you gave to it, right? Otherwise, if that string doesn't exist, it will return an index of that string. However, we're not interested on the index itself. We're interested in whether or not the returned index is -1. System.out.print, otherwise there is no month starting with month. Done. Okay, now I can simply go if month how should I go about doing this? Okay, let me just go if month dot okay, so if months dot index of month. In fact, I can use a switch statement here. Let me just go switch. Okay, what I'll simply put here is months dot index of month, right? So we'll know that January, okay, it's gonna be on index 1. January, it's gonna be on index 1. So January is gonna be on index 1. Case 2. So it's gonna be February right here. Case 3. No, actually it's gonna be January is gonna be on index 0. So here we've gotta go 0. And February starts on index 0, 1, 2, 3. It starts on index 4. Okay, now March starts on index 4. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it starts on index 8. You can see the pattern here. Basically, we gotta keep adding 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So far we did January, February, March. So now it's April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and then lastly December. I hope I did not mess up, folks. And if I did, we're gonna see that on my final output. So again, we said the cases that have 31, all cases that have 31 days. Which cases are those? In fact, I've got to go number. In fact, this has to be by number of days. Okay, number of days. Let me initialize it. Okay, so number of days. January, number of days. You can simply go plus 31 and then do that. That's our case for January. March, April, May, June, July, August, not September, October, and December. Okay, that should be it for those months. Now we gotta deal with all the others except for our second month, which is case 4. Again, I'm hoping people are clear what's going on here. You see these numbers 0, 4, 8, 12, they actually correspond to the index to the start index on this over here. You see this array, it contains all our months, right? So each month has a corresponding start index, so I'm using those start index indices, okay. So what I'll simply say, for all other cases it's gonna be plus 30 except for my second case. It's gonna be plus 30. Okay, and finally it's gonna be plus 30 there. Okay, now this is the special case, because here it is where we've got to check whether or not our year is a leap year, right? So I'll simply go here. If year mode 4 is equals to 0 and year mode 400 is not equals to 0, if that is the case, or again this algorithm is pretty straightforward. You can check it out online or on this textbook. It's totally up to you. Okay, if this is the case, or year mod 100 is equals to 0, then immediately we know that our year is a leap year. So what we'll do is we'll add 29 days. Otherwise, we'll simply add 28 days. Done. Right? I hope everyone is clear what's going on here, folks. Okay, now that we have our number of days, what we want to do is to display it. Display our output. We simply do that by going system.out.print. So it's month. It's month. It's month. Year. Has. Not yes, it has. Number of days. Days. Period. Okay, I'm hoping I did not mess up. Anyway, let's go up again and go through this. Okay, firstly, I created my scanner. I also created my year. And then, I prompt the user. I initialized my year. I prompt the user again for the month. What I then did is to make sure that my year is positive and my month has 3 letters, right? What I then did is I declared a string which will contain all different months that are acceptable, right? All months, right? Okay. Basically, the trick on this exercise is this, right? What it does is it takes, using this string, months in our case, it will check against the user input. If whatever the user gave us exists on this over here, if it doesn't exist, it will give us some number, right? From 0 to, I'm not quite sure how many characters we have here, right? From 0 to 44. It will give us basically these numbers, the ones I've created here. 0, 4, 8, 12, 16, so on and so forth. Okay. And if we get one of those numbers, what we'll simply do is we'll declare our number of days, because we would know that by then we would know that our month is valid. Okay. And then we check which of those indexes was given to us by the index of method. And what it will do is it will return 0 if the user gave us January. Why? Because the month January on our set of months actually starts on index 0. So we go from 0, 1, 2, 3. It's 0, 1, 2, and on index 3 is a white space, and then our February start on index 4. It goes from 4, 5, 6, and then index 7 is nothing else but a white space. Index 8 is where our March starts, so on and so forth. I hope everyone sees the pattern here. So basically what I'm saying, if it's 0, case 0, we know I will basically add 31 on my number of months, on all months that contains 31 days, and I'll add 30 on all months that have 30 days. And then lastly, for the case 4, for index 4, where actually my month for February starts, I'll do this. I'll simply check if my year is a leap year, and if it is, I'll add 29 days to my number of days. Otherwise, I'll add 28 days. That should be it for this tutorial, you guys. I think it's time for us to hit the run button and see what we get. Again, folks, remember, I'm a person. I'm just like everyone else. So I make mistakes. So let's try something like 2012 February. So February 2012 is a leap year and it has 29 days. Except that I forgot putting a space there. So let's try something like 2002. Let me put something not allowed here yet. Make sure you give a valid input. That should be it for this tutorial, you guys. I cannot keep adding different numbers here, and if you've been following me, you can try that on your own at your own time. I'm going, you guys. Cheers.